Welcome to an overview of the California State University Dominguez Hills Foundation Recruitment and Selection Policy. Looking to fill a job opening? First determine if you need to recruit a new employee. Recruitment may not be required in the following cases: for grant or contract positions where an individual was specifically named in the agreement, to fill an open position where consideration is being given to an individual that is on layoff status, if they have the minimum qualifications needed, to replace an employee where recruitment was completed in the previous 6 months for the exact same position, if a qualified applicant who was previously identified accepts the position. Non-supervisory positions may be filled as a promotion if it's a normal progression of the employee and provided they meet the minimum qualifications. If you do need to open recruitment for the position, start with a description of what you're looking for. The hiring manager or supervisor should complete a job requisition form and position description on the appropriate foundation template. Information about the position should include position title, department, as well as manager or supervisor information, employment classification and FLSA status, full-time or part-time, is it salary or hourly, salary range and summary of benefits, position summary including duties, required education, experience, and other qualifications or special licenses or certifications, position site location if different from the immediate campus area, the date of application review, standard foundation information on equal employment opportunity and minimum employment requirements. So you've defined the position. Now what? You need to get the word out. Announcements for recruitment should be posted on the Foundation's website, as well as other appropriate places like Indeed.com, LinkedIn, or SimplyHired.com. Any advertising costs will be paid for by the hiring department or grant. A link to the Foundation Job Board will also be posted on the CSUDH website. Job opportunity announcements with the Foundation will be posted for a minimum of 5 days. Once the applications and resumes start arriving, record the applications based on the date received and post them within 4 to 8 business days. All applicants must follow the application procedure as stated on the announcement to be considered for the position. Consideration should be given to all internal applicants with the required qualifications who apply for an open position. Now it's time for screening and interviews. For full-time, non-supervisory or managerial positions, interviews may be conducted by the hiring supervisor, director of the department, designated staff, or a Foundation Human Resources representative. A search committee is not required for these positions. However, interviews must be conducted by at least 2 individuals. For full-time supervisory or managerial positions, you will need a search committee made up of at least 3 individuals, one being the coordinator of procedures with the Foundation Human Resources who will be responsible for ensuring the interviews are conducted in a timely manner. The rest of the search committee may be composed of executive or management staff, individuals working in a higher position, or an individual working in a position of a level below or equal to the position being recruited. Foundation Human Resources must approve the hiring committee prior to interviews. Employment applications and resumes will be reviewed, and applicants selected for an interview may be asked to submit additional written information if needed. An explanation or reason should be given for all applications rejected. The Foundation Human Resources representative is responsible to record the disposition codes and to track when the applicant fell out of the process. About the interview. A minimum of 3 applicants should be interviewed for any full-time position. If 3 qualified applicants are not identified, 2 qualified applicants may be acceptable. The interview process will be a person-to-person interaction to assess the knowledge, skills, experience, and qualifications of the applicant. Before the interview process begins, the committee should review the job description, requirements, and responsibilities of the position, and clarify questions that may be asked. Take the time to review the criteria that will be used to select the individual for the position. After interviewing the candidates, the committee and the hiring manager will assess and rate each candidate using an interview evaluation form and then make a recommendation for selection. The hiring manager must provide justification as to why the candidate was recommended for selection. Now what? It's time to fill the position. The selection of a candidate will be based on the recommendation of the hiring manager and interview committee. Foundation Human Resources will review the recruitment documentation used in making the selection to ensure that the selection was based on the qualifications of the candidate before submitting to the Foundation Chief Financial Officer, Chief Operating Officer, who ultimately approves the final selection. Consideration will be given to the qualifications, knowledge, experience, and skills of the candidate to meet the needs of the department. References, verification of degrees, certificates, credentials, or any other information presented with the resume, application, or in the interview will also be verified by the Human Resources Department. A verbal offer of employment will be made by Foundation Human Resources along with written notification stating the verbal offer, an explanation of the benefits and any conditions or terms of the employment. Records of applications and paperwork of applicants interviewed will be retained by Foundation Human Resources for 5 years. And there you have it. When looking to fill an open position, following this policy will help ensure that the Foundation is an equal opportunity employer and in compliance with its affirmative action plan. We've given you the basics of the California State University Dominguez Hills Foundation recruitment and selection policy. Please read the full policy at http://www.csudhfoundation.org.